to see stamping. Oh, something's sticky on my desk. Hold on. And today we're gonna play a little bit with a last chance set and a retiring set. But I also want to show you how it partners well with some of our current products and some online exclusives. So we're gonna do a little bit of masking with Enduring Beauty, which is a stamp set. I really love the fonts on here and I like the image, it's pretty. And then it comes with a mask set and it has 5 masks, so I'll show you how to use these. And then there is a die set as well. The dies, there's one that cuts out this big flower, and then there's one that's like a label piece, and a few like blossom pieces. I really don't use those. The label's fine, but I just mainly use it to fussy cut the big flower out. So, all right, so I'm gonna put that over here. So I want to show you this paper is really pretty. So in our online store, we have some online exclusives that have come out. This is one of them, and it's a beautiful floral paper that has a hydrangea stamp set that goes with it. And I'm looking for the name because it's escaping me at this moment, but it will come back to me. Lovely Garden. So the bundle is called Thankful Garden, and the suite is called Lovely Garden. The Thankful Garden bundle has 2 floral images. One's a hydrangea and one's like whatever this flower is. And then it's got some dies or some masks that go with it in dies. It's a very similar set to this one. And I think that's why this one's going to retire, because we'll have the other one in the online store. The fonts are also a mix of like a serif and a sans serif. So again, I think it fulfills kind of the need, and we probably don't need both of them in the online store right now. So I really like this paper, and I wanted to show you all the pieces. And I've got one piece that's hiding back there if that was an extra. So I like the florals. I really like the black, and I love hydrangeas. I think they're gorgeous. They don't grow here in Texas, so it always makes me a little sad. There's some hydrangeas in here as well. This little tiny yellow flower, probably not my favorite paper. I do like that one as well. And then the flip side has some black and whites, which I like a lot. And I really love this sketchy one. So I want to show you some cards that were designed where you could use either the Thankful Garden or Enduring Beauty. I'll show you the samples with Enduring Beauty. And then we're going to make one of them. So this is one. So what I like about this is that it's showing you that not all flowers have to be pink, right? I love this sketchy DSP in the back. It uses the Arches dies. And then these fun new, which I know I have a full pack here somewhere, but I also have a partial. These Starburst sequins, and the yellows are really fun in here. So there's one of the sample cards, and that uses Crushed Curry and Garden Green for our yellows. And then that's actually Lemon Lolly, which is a nice soft yellow with it. So anyway, and then some Garden Green cardstock. All right, so that's one. Then this one is where I used just part of this flower, and I did some like hotter pinks here. So this is like Melon Mambo and Garden Green still. And use some more of those Starburst sequins. Love those. Those are fun. And then this one is kind of cool because we kept the black and white with the leaves here, so we didn't color the leaves. And here we did Blueberry Bushel and Melon Mambo, which is a hot combo. And then stamped that in Blueberry Bushel, little fresh freesia in there. It's a fun card. So I like that one a lot. All right, and then the fourth one is the one we're actually going to make tonight. So the reason I like this one is it has a fun technique on it, and I think it's a fun card. We do need a piece of white though to do this, so we'll do that. All right. We need our big stamp. And then I think I'm going to use a different sentiment. I'll use this one. All right, so to keep it soft, to go with the designer series paper, even though these are not the same flower, because we're keeping it all in the same color scheme, I think it really works. So this is Bubble Bath and Garden Green again. So, oh, and we need Memento too. All right. So this stamp does fit on the E-block, but just barely. It's a tight squeeze for sure. All right, so we're gonna do this piece first, and then we're gonna do the fun tearing technique. And if you're here, say hello, say hi. If you're watching on the replay, please post that you're here on the replay. This helps my channel to get found, which is great. We want people to know that we're crafting and creating. All right, this might be too small of a piece of paper, but we'll figure it out. All right. Meh, good enough. There's a lot going on here. We'll be fine. I'm not worried. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, I'm going to kind of keep this over here so we keep that in view. And let's talk a little bit about the masks. So the masks are numbered with this very faint, kind of almost etched numbering on it, and I can't see it. I know I have reading glasses now, but it doesn't matter. So anyway, I went through and re-numbered them because I was having a hard time keeping track. So 1, 2, and 3. So these are so 3 and 4 are the leaves. So this is the full leaf and the detail leaf, okay? And they go like that. So always let the notches go in the same direction. And then this is the centers. So we'll deal with that kind of towards the end. 1 is the kind of more full piece. And when you have a piece of paper that's smaller than your mask, I don't like it, honestly, because it's really easy for this to slip around. So I'm actually going to grab a silicone mat. So sometimes if we do this on a silicone mat, the mat will provide a little bit of kind of area for traction so I can hold it. This is way too slippery, so I need to use the silicone mat for this for sure. All right, and then I want to make sure that my paper or that my brush doesn't have a lot of color on it. Bubble Bath is a really light color, and I don't want to taint the pad too much, you know? So I'm gonna swirl and get a bunch of color, and then I'm gonna make sure this is lined up well. I'm gonna start off, I would normally start off with a darker color, but honestly, Bubble Bath is so light that I don't think it's necessary. All right, so now I'm just kind of coming back and trying to fill in near the edges. I like to kind of work it into the edges. And it's light, it's supposed to be light, so that's fine. All right, so that's that. And then we're gonna come back with the detail. So find that, lining it up. I line up the 4 corners or 3 corners, so I do like this corner, and then I do like this corner, like right there, And then that generally kind of lines up the rest. So like 1, 2, and 3, just to make sure. And it won't feel like you're putting down loads of color when you're dealing with bubble bath versus like Melon Mambo. I mean, just a little bit goes a long way. But the color kind of builds on itself. And so you get a nice contrast, which is great. And then we're gonna take this these fun little middle bursts. Again, kind of trying to line up with that. Kind of go 1, 2, and then that looks pretty good. Okay. All right, that's fun. Okay, so we've done 1, 2, 3 with that, which is the pink. And then we're gonna get a brush to do the green. All right, and garden green's pretty dark, so you don't have to go super hard. We'll do the kind of bigger open piece first. Again, I kind of line up this corner, and then the top, and I usually, have to adjust it a little bit here and there. I do go off for this one, because it's a bit, it's a darker color, and we're trying to get kind of a soft look on this one. Make sure I don't move it too much. Okay, so there, that's nice and soft. And then this one, we just add a little more green. So we're gonna line it up. And I like to line it up with these, so it's gonna color in the stems. So stem, stem, stem. And usually if I kind of focus on the stems, then the rest of it looks fine. And I try to go a little heavier with this one. Try to work it in a little bit more without moving the mask. That's pretty good. So, all right. So then these just wash in the sink. I just wash them, and then I just layer them in a paper towel, and they dry. It's perfect. All right. So, and you could use the large or the small blending brushes. It's really personal preference as to what people like. All right, we're gonna die cut that out, and then we're going to play a little with the card front. So let me go die cut this and make sure. So with the die cut, I usually find the 3 leaves. That's my kind of my anchor point, and then it's pretty easy to line up once you've got those 3 leaves there. It does die cut really nicely. I find that it doesn't shift, and I get a nice clean edge. All right, there we go. And then for the card base, we're gonna score at 5 1/4 or 5 1/2. So score first. Score once, cut once, right? Then we get our 2 card bases out of here, so we'll cut at 4 1/4. All right. And then what's neat about this card, and I'll kind of bring it back into view, is we're going to kind of maybe go 2, 3 inches down, and we're just gonna we're gonna tear it, which is kind of wild. It's not normally something you do. Before we do that and we get too crazy, I'm gonna stamp the sentiment in this bottom corner, and I'm doing a different sentiment for this one. So I'm doing, you mean so much to so many. Perfect. All right, and then this piece we're also going to tear. When you tear away from you, then you get a cleaner edge. So this raggedy edge will be not on that. All right, so now you're wondering, well, how does my card go back together? So this piece gets tossed, or you can use it for some die cutting or something later. We're going to get a piece of the designer series paper, and I have some scraps here somewhere. I'll find them. We want to get this like kind of soft pinky purple color, the fresh freesia. So we're going to grab a piece of that, and then we're also going to grab a 2-inch strip of that blue one. Let's see, this one, yeah. I've got some fun strips here. All right, so we're going to do, this is going to be the size of a card front. So we want this one to be 4 1/4. Oh, I have to get that out of the way. All right, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm just gonna trim off a few little pieces. And then this piece, we need a 2-inch strip, and it needs to be 4 1/4. So what we're going to do with this one, I do want to expose the white core on it. So I'm going to actually pull it towards me so that I can see that core. And I like to make it pretty jaggedy. Like I like it to be uneven and valleys. You know, I'll go high and I'll go low. We're going to kind of do that. So that's fun. We've got those pieces. And then this is just going to get glued behind this, and this will get glued here. Okay, so I'm going to grab our glue and very carefully glue this. I like to glue it so that so I know it's going to close well, so I'll kind of glue it like that. Does that make sense? I kind of keep this purple piece flat and I bring the white to it. And that way I know that the card will close, right? Which is important. And then we're going to glue this piece down on the bottom. Perfect. So then we got that. That's nice. And then we're going to glue this in between those two. So I think one of the reasons that, you know, we're all excited about tearing paper is we have new white core paper. All of our colors are actually going to come out for this new annual catalog in a thinner card stock that is a white core card stock. So you can do cool things like this. You can tear it, you can actually sand it, you can do a lot of really neat things. So, all right, so we're going to get our piece of this, and I'm gonna add this to the front, and I need to kind of decide. I think I'm okay with the 3 leaves going up and kind of this one that was cut off going down. So it looks okay. And for some reason, all I have right now is tiny dimensionals. So I'm just going to cut some edges off so I can use the edges. All right. One of the things I like about this is it adds some stability to the front as well. It's a really large piece. Otherwise, I think the front might feel a little unstable. I see on this one, I've got a little bit of an edge, and so I might consider getting my trimmer out and seeing about trying to trim off that little bit of an edge. I don't know if I'll be successful, but no, it's just enough. So I might come in with my scissors and see if I can trim it. My other one was pretty perfect and I didn't have to do this. But the good thing is this isn't very hard to do. And I think it's just at that most obvious point. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, good. And then what we'll do is we'll add some starburst sequins, which will make it really fun. All right, so there we go. All right, so we've got 2 fun cards that we've made with this really pretty technique that you could use with any of your papers, right? Like tearing them if you have little pieces. Also, if you have a really busy paper, or if you have what I call like a B-side paper that you don't really love, like this wouldn't have been, you know, my first choice. And then what's cool is you've got a really nice inside. So this is a nice card when you open it, you know, to have that green on the inside, I think makes it really, really pretty. So, all right, so I'm gonna put all the cards out. Let me know if you've got questions. I'm gonna see, I kind of had us up on my screen and then I got lost in making a card. But let's see if anybody has questions, comments, concerns. So these are the cards that we made. All right, let's see if there's any questions or anything. Okay. Oh, it says chat is disabled. I don't know why, but oh, because I said this was okay for kids. That's why. And it is. We did a great job. So, all right. Hopefully you enjoy this. We are going to a garden party wedding in May, and I think this might be our wedding card to them. So hopefully they like it. Please let me know. Leave comments down below. If you are here and you're interested in Stampin' Up, let me know. I'll be sending out new annual catalogs soon. I just ordered mine, so they'll be live in May, and so I'm going to get them out to all my customers soon, and just can't wait to craft with you some more. Let me know if there's any other last chance items that you want to see, and maybe that's a good interactive thing. Maybe I'll mail one of these cards to somebody. If you tell me what last chance item in the store are you sad to see go, something that you've really enjoyed playing with. If you go to the menu on Stampin'Up.com and you go down to specials and you click last chance products, you will see all of the last chance items. Many of them are on sale. You can actually organize them by price, or you can organize them by newest. I always love to organize them by price from low to high, because then I see that there's like some really great ribbons for like $3 or $4. Some of the flat backed adhesive pearls, some of the ink refills for our end colors that are going away. So we've got, and that wild wheat ribbon, that was really pretty ribbon. So a lot of fun adhesive, backed like dots, dapple dots, end color resin dots, tinsel gems, peacock. All of those things are on sale. Some of our blends in the end colors are on sale. So there's a really good sale going on, and I would love to see you take advantage of it. So, but let me know which last chance item you are sad to see go. Comment it down below, and I appreciate you tuning in and watching each and every week. You guys are amazing, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.